It was another absolutely insane week in the world of AI. It's so hard to keep up with it all. Don't worry, we've got you. Here are the top 10 stories in AI this week. Unity AI is now in public beta. It comes with a gateway that lets you plug agents you already pay for, like Claude Code or Cursor, into Unity's editor through MCP, bypassing Unity's own credit system entirely. Most engines lock you into their own AI plumbing and meter every call. Unity is doing the opposite, shipping its own assistant, but also handing you a clean exit if you'd rather bring your own model. You get 1,000 credits a month for $10. Pro and Enterprise get larger allocations via existing licenses. Unity AI is promising to open up gaming to whole new audiences, ones where users with far smaller budgets can participate. Game on. SYNTHEMOL-RL is a generative AI system that designs antibiotic candidates by combining 150,000 real chemical building blocks through known synthesis reactions. It explores a search space of 46 billion possible molecules, using reinforcement learning to optimize for both antibacterial activity and water solubility at the same time. The team generated thousands of candidates, synthesized 79 of them in the lab, and found 13 with genuine antibacterial activity. Synthécine was the standout, effective against drug-resistant MRSA in a mouse wound infection model. Idea to validated molecule faster than any traditional pipeline. Reactor is a new AI startup focused on real-time world generation, where the environment is built on the fly as you move through it. The preview runs on their global low-latency network, so the worlds respond fast enough to feel interactive. Most world model labs are racing on model quality. Reactor is competing on serving them at scale, with the latency required to make a generated world feel like an actual place. This space is exploding. Google's Genie 3, World Labs Marble, Descartes' Lucy 2, Odyssey, everyone is chasing some version of this, but Reactor is positioning itself one layer down. OpenClaw, the local-first AI agent framework that crossed 3 million users this year, can now plug directly into OpenAI's subscription system. Plus subscribers authenticate via OAuth, pull GPT-5.4 through the Codex endpoint, and run autonomous agents from their own machines without a separate API bill. Anthropic blocked Claude access to the same platform on the same day, and the contrast is the story. OpenAI is treating the agent layer as distribution. Anthropic is treating it as a threat. OpenClaw was built by Peter Steinberger, who joined OpenAI in February. The project crossed 350,000 GitHub stars in under 5 months, the fastest growth the platform has ever recorded. Grok 4.3 is xAI's new flagship, with a 1 million token context window and what xAI is calling their fastest, most intelligent model to date. It tops the artificial analysis leaderboards in AGENTIC tool calling and instruction following, and ranks #1 in Val's AI's enterprise benchmarks for case law and corporate finance. xAI is clearly positioning this as the workhorse for agentic workloads, where you need long context and a lot of tool calls without the bill running away from you. The race to the bottom on per token pricing is well and truly on. Anthropic co-founder Jack Clark writes the Import AI newsletter, so his takes aren't casual musings on X, they're grounded in detailed reading of cutting-edge research. Recursive self-improvement, or RSI, is the moment AI systems become capable of designing and building their own successors, with no human in the loop. Jack believes that there's a 60% probability of RSI happening by 2028. But what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that once the machines are autonomously improving themselves, the humans really lose control, and they're no longer the bottleneck. That's likely to mean rapidly accelerating iterations and a vertical takeoff that some people might call the singularity. OpenAI has announced that GPT-5.5 is going to be the default model for ChatGPT starting today. They're promising that it is more concise, hallucinates 52.5% less on high-stakes prompts like medicine and finance, and has fewer annoying emojis in the responses. It can also now pull from past conversations, your files, and use Gmail to personalize answers. So ChatGPT effectively gets a longer memory by searching its own history rather than holding everything in context. Personalization lands on Plus and Pro first, with Free, Go, Business, and Enterprise getting it in the coming weeks. A new LLM called SubQ emerged from stealth today, with a model that supposedly only computes the word relationships that actually matter, an approach they call Subquadratic Sparse Attention, or SSA. The numbers on paper are wild. SubQ is 52 times faster than FLASHATTENTION at 1 million tokens. It runs at under 5% the cost of Opus. At the full 12 million context, they claim nearly 1,000 times less compute than rival frontier models. The story is that transformers waste enormous effort scoring every possible token pair, even when most of those scores are noise. SSA learns which relationships actually matter and skips the rest. But these benchmarks are self-reported, so until the rest of the field can poke at it, we have to say, this is amazing, if true. Anthropic just rolled out agent templates specifically aimed at the financial services sector inside Cowork and Claude Code. They're also available as cookbooks you can lift straight into production via managed agents. Either way, the integration heavy lifting is done. Install, point them at your data, and the agent runs. Investment banks and finance teams have been quietly experimenting with Claude for months, and a templated starting point removes a lot of the friction. It's also a pattern. We've seen Claude templates for legal, for engineering, and now for finance. Anthropic isn't just selling a horizontal assistant anymore, it's selling entire vertical workflows. Anthropic are teaming up with SpaceX to bolster their ever-growing compute demands. They've done a deal for the entire compute capacity of the Colossus 1 data center, delivering over 300 megawatts via 220,000 NVIDIA GPUs. It sits on top of existing 5 gigawatt deals with Amazon and Google, $30 billion of Azure capacity, and a $50 billion fluid stack arrangement. Until now, SpaceX has not been a serious name in AI infrastructure, but they're clearly plotting into the future, as the announcement says the two companies are also exploring multiple gigawatts of orbital AI compute, data centers in space. The compute race is leaving the planet. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you can go just one more step and support us by liking and sharing this video, we would really appreciate it.